Welcome to TTF, Two Tone Football. My name is Rocky C. I cover all Dallas Cowboys content and media. I'm joined with me, James D, who covers all Detroit Lions content media. And guys, we have another player breakdown for you guys. And this week, James. Well, first and foremost, James, thank you for being here.
Course.
Thank you, thank you. And we're gonna go into Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety. Very intrigued. Have a lot to say. Very excited to go into this. Would you
Yeah.
like to start it off, James? You want to kick us off, or how would you
Oh
like to go about
man,
it?
where do I want to start? I mean, let's just rip the Band-Aid right off. I mean, interesting player, great player overall. I mean, he's he's a football player, right? He's just an athlete, a freak. It's I'm just gonna bring up the con right away, and then maybe you go into the pro. But the con to me is, are we gonna see him play in a nickel package, or are we gonna see him play true safety or in the box? Where is he gonna be schemed? Because I've seen him playing a lot coming from the top, coming down, and then seen him play a little bit in the box.
He's played. He's yeah. I have three games for Caleb Downs. I have Indiana, Texas, and Penn State. Those are the three I watched. That dude, I really like this guy, bro. I really like this kid. This guy is someone who can kind of do it all. And maybe the cons are, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, bro, dude, I all three of these, he's so good. But my favorite out of the three is the Penn State game because what I like the Penn State game so much is because in that game he got a flag. It was at quarter three, quarter four. It was quarter four. It was quarter in the fourth quarter, right? He gets flagged for targeting because number 16 for Penn State goes in, catches it, and Caleb Downs comes in, just lowers. I ain't gonna lie, he did go helmet to helmet contact. He did, but that's football. That's football. But it wasn't targeting. It wasn't like he's trying to like
It was
hurt the
incidental.
guy. You
It
feel
was
me?
incidental. I mean,
So
it's player safety, and mostly when we're talking about college, these guys are supposed to be students first, athletes second, but it's changing, let's be honest. But no, I think it's a good rule. It's just, it is what it is, and nowadays
now
society.
my thing is like, hey, you shouldn't get suspended for the next game. Like that's baffling. But anyways, Caleb Downs came in. He hit stick the fuck out of this kid, number 16. I don't know who he is for Penn State, but 16. And then they review it, and then the refs come back in, and yep, like it was not targeting. Like it's still a flag. We're gonna enforce the penalty, but that player's not gonna get removed for next week's game, whoever it is. And guess who Ohio State played right after Penn State? LSU.
Oregon? Oh, LSU. Okay.
LSU. So it's one of those scenarios where you need your starters in this. You know what I mean? Like you need your guys. You need your guys. But yeah, man. Guess what? What makes this game Penn State even fucking better, James? I'm not trying to cuss, but like, dude, at the end of the game, it kind of didn't matter already because it was already Penn State was not
A
going to win that
blowout.
game. It was a blowout. It was a blowout. But at the very end, number 16, the same guy who got flagged for the targeting player. Guess who got the game, not game sealing interception, but guess who sealed the game
Was it Caleb?
with the interception in the fourth quarter? It was
Caleb
Caleb
Downs, huh?
Downs. And guess who was against? Number 16. And I thought that was so poetic. It was so poetic, bro. That blew my mind. And it's like, you know what? He wasn't targeting. Caleb Downs isn't this player like this, like, you know what I mean? Like this Sean Payton type targeting guy. I know that I'm pulling out the big guns of Sean Payton, but at the same time, like Caleb Downs is that guy, bro. He's making tackles, he's reading correctly. I've noticed games even with Texas, Penn, and Indiana, they're ruling deep receiver cross routes,
Yep.
and bro, he's reading it perfectly. He's reading it perfectly. They
That
had
was
him.
that was one of my pros that I had on my thing was his IQ and his awareness of the field to jump routes.
It's so good. It is so good, bro. It is so good. Like I also watched. I have a Which game was it? I don't know if I have it written down for what game it was, but it might have been no, yeah. But yeah, he reads the quarterback well, bro. Like he knows what's going on those crossers, those deep crossers in the line of scrimmage cross, like the drag routes. He can read those, and not only that, he's aware of like what the quarterback's looking. And it's crazy to me, bro. It's like he's in position, reading the quarterback, and then whatever the quarterback does, he reacts to it. And I just think that's pretty dang good, bro. That's pretty dang good. That's one of those positions, one of those players at a safety, which is so odd considering the last safety we had was in the top five or the top 15 was Jamal Adams.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
It's been a minute.
it's been a minute, and like Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens went 17, so he
17. Yep.
he technically is not in that top 15 pick, but like Caleb Downs, James, my boy. There's for y'all that are familiar with the channel that know what this is called the goodies. There's at least three teams that can pull a trigger on Caleb Downs. Does he fall to Dallas? No, I don't think he does. I do not think he does. But if some way somehow Caleb Downs does fall to 12, ooh, wow, that would be crazy, crazy.
Big time. I guess the one other con that I have with him, and I have his measurements here up on with the combine. Height 6 foot, a little bit on the smaller side, but only by a couple of inches. He's fine there. His arm length, he's a little short on his arm length, only at 30 inches. I mean, his wingspan is 73 inches, which is decent. It's a little short. And the only time I kind of noticed this during the gameplay, I went back and watched the Miami gameplay. He was in a perfect position to disrupt the pass, pick off a pass at the end of the game against Miami. And the Miami receiver just went over the top of him and took it away from him.
Was it Tony? Was it Malachi? Is it Malachi Tony
I,
or
I,
number
I think it
six?
was Malachi, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Yeah,
good.
and so that would be my only lean against him is if he has to go up against big tight ends or big time receivers, like your AJ Browns, your Sam Laportas, who else is a really tall receiver? Uh, those are gonna be where he might struggle. But where I want to give him a big pro in is his run stop. That dude is always coming downhill the second that he can read that it is a handoff. He is beating them to that second level to clean up the play already. And when he comes in there, he's coming in there so fast and not necessarily a hard hit, but he makes his presence known on the field once he comes downhill on a runner.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it. I will say though, out of I think I haven't watched a lot of safeties, but the consensus thing that is Caleb Downs is that guy. And kind of after watching those three games, I go, damn, bro, like yeah, this guy he's always around the football. He's always around the football. He's always there. And even in those positions where those plays where he has to guard a bigger guy than him, maybe his measurables, I'll tell you what, bro. I'll tell you what. Even with his bad measurables, even with the he has short arms, whatever it is, dude, the guy can play ball, bro. He can play
Oh
ball.
yeah.
And not only can he play ball, he's competing with the best of the best. When the best of his team are Sonny Styles, Arva Reese, McDonald, and Curry, you know what I mean? Like those guys, the dudes making plays, when they fuck up, he's there to clean up, the cleanup crew. And I think that's what makes him so special. And then the times where he goes, okay, he's not cleanup crew, he has to make plays, he's there. He's always there. He's always there. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But I do dig it. I had to put the goggles on, James, because it's like, bro, this guy's that good. And at first, I was very skeptical. I will be the first to admit, I was very skeptical about this whole Caleb Downs, the best player in the draft, like the best defensive player in the draft, or even just one of the top five players. But he's a safety, so he's gonna fall. I was like, at first, I was like, okay, let's see what this cat's all about, bro. Holy moly, holy guacamole, ay
I mean,
caramba,
he
bro.
took a there was a lot of games where he took away the center of the field and the quarterbacks stopped throwing it in the center of the field just because of his presence. He is a deterrence to try to make the quarterback spread the ball around and go to the outsides. So, I mean, if you pair him with a great number one corner, man, you're really opening up, your corners to make plays if he could take away that center of the field.
What hurts, bro, what sucks is like who can take Caleb Downs? He's like, all right, Tennessee, the Giants. He would be a better fit with New York than Tennessee. Cleveland can take him. The Wizards can do it, and then Nolans, like all of those teams can take Caleb Downs. So will he fall to Dallas? Probably not. But if he does, I'll fucking jump on it. Overall, at the end of the day, on my personal player board, like me, not Dallas Cowboys, just as a scout board, I have him at, I think he's at 3 or 4. I have it right here. He's at 3. So Caleb Downs is, I have Ruben Bain, Jeremiah Love, and then Caleb Downs. And I will say, I will die on the hill. Ruben Bain is that guy, bro. Ruben Bain is that dude, bro. He's that dude. But okay, we'll end the video here. I don't want to drag it too much longer than it needs to be. Two-tone football, TTF, everyone who stayed to watch the video, I appreciate you guys being here. James, it is your turn to pick the athlete this week for the player breakdown. Who are we gonna cover?
I think we're gonna cover David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech. Think he's gonna be an interesting watch to see.
He's good.
That's what
He's
our
good.
is that our first edge that we're gonna talk about?
It is, yeah. It's our first edge.
I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be a really interesting conversation to have of where does he stack against the other edges in this
S-
draft class.
So I'll tell you what, man. I've done Ruben Bain. I've done a lot of homework on Ruben Bain. I did a lot of homework on David Bailey, Texas Tech, Ruben Bain, Ohio State. So I've done a lot of homework on these. Dude, bro. I have it in two-tone football. Everybody, like pen to paper first and foremost. I have a lot of notes on Ruben Bain and David Bailey because they're so good at what they do, but one's better than the other and the other's better than the other one at what they do, if that makes sense.
It
Like,
matters what kind of edge player you want, but I think
yes,
I think we'll go
yes,
into that when we go talk about David Bailey
it's gonna be good.
and what kind of scheme you want to see him in.
Yep, I agree. I agree. All right, TTF, two-tone football. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all being here for this player breakdown. We're gonna get a hold of these more as it progresses, and then the more players we go, by the time draft comes in, what is it, 18 days, 17 days,
Currently 18 days right now.
18 days. We're gonna make sure we do our part to get out the players that you like to watch. So when the draft does come around, you guys know who's on the board because we'll give you some information. Thank you for being here, guys. Player breakdown. James, got anything for the viewers?
Play us on out.
What a legend. Totes.